in Utah. They co-founded Spring Creek Book Company, where Chad Daybell published his books. They had 5 children, moved to Idaho in 2015, and Tammy was a librarian, school librarian. I've got to do it this way. Okay, so we have these are all going to be dated too. That's good. So Lori and Charles married in 2006. This was Lori's fourth marriage, and it was to Charles Vallow. Now, she came into the marriage with her son Colby and her daughter Tylee which was with her third husband, Josephryan. In 2014, Lori and Charles adopted Joshua, or as he's better known as, jjvallow. He is the biological son of Charles' sister, Kaywoodcock, who is married to Larry Woodcock. In 2014, they moved to Hawaii. They owned a small business there, and this is Lori and Charles Vallow. They ran a small business and they moved back to the mainland between 2016 and 2017. Let me make sure you're all good. Oh, it'll be a movie. I saw something about that. Didn't see a whole lot though. Okay, so on April 3rd, what happened on April 3rd? Tylee's dad, Josephryan, dies on April 3rd. The cause of death was ruled as a heart attack. He was cremated and little other information is known about his death. Lori and Charles Vallow lived in Arizona at the time. Almost, where did this go? Because I didn't have an actual date. Oh, okay, that is this. Almost a year before the public announcement of the cases, Chad and Lori made their first appearance together on Preparing a People podcast, Time to Warrior Up. Preparing a People's mission is to, and I'm quoting, prepare the people of this earth for the second coming of Jesus Christ. Since all of the mysterious events Chad and Lori have left in their wake, the group has distanced themselves from them. A felony indictment on October 26, 2018, after Lori Vallow Daybell and Chad Daybell began discussing their religious beliefs to justify killing Tammy Daybell, jjvallow, and tyleeryan. Before Charles Vallow's death, he said that Lori believed she was a god preparing for Christ's second coming in July 2020, receiving spiritual revelations and visions to help her gather and prepare those chosen to live in the New Jerusalem after the Great War as prophesied in the book of Revelations. Charles Vallow pleads for Lori to receive mental health help on January 31st, 2019. Officers determined she had a normal state of mind and she was medically cleared by Community Bridges. Vallow pleads for Lori to receive mental health. Oh, wait, I already did that. Charles claims his wife would kill him if he got in her way to perform her mission. Charles later he had filed for divorce in February of 2019, and in there he claimed that his wife would kill him if he got in her way to perform her mission. Charles later stops the divorce proceedings, stating he wants to make the marriage work. So in June of 2019, Lori's niece, Melaniboudreaux, demands the divorce from her husband, Brandon. He is shocked because he thought the marriage was fine. Brandon claims Melanie affiliated herself with similar beliefs as her aunt and had joined, quote unquote, a cult. On July 11th, Lori's brother, Alexcox, shoots and kills Charles Vallow. Alex claimed the shooting was in self-defense. By the end of August, Lori, Tylee, JJ, Alex Cox, and Melanieboudreaux moved to Rexburg, Idaho, which, as we know, Chad Daybell was there. On September 8, 2019, Tylee, JJ, Alex Cox, and Lori went to Yellowstone National Park. This is the last time anyone sees Tylee. And on September 8, Chad Daybell increases Tammy Daybell's life insurance to the maximum allowed. This, of course, is what he has on her policy, with him being the recipient, of course. On September 9th, phone phone records place Alex Cox at Chad Daybell's property. And that same day, Chad calls Tammy and says he shot a raccoon and buried it there on the property. September 3rd, Lori enrolls JJ in school. Less than 3 weeks later, she unenrolls him, saying he would be homeschooled. Tylee was never enrolled in school in Idaho. October 1st, Lori rents a 10 by 10 storage unit. Surveillance footage shows Lori and a man visiting the unit 9 times in October and 1 time in November. Often, the man, who appears to be Alex, comes alone. Another visit shows Alex with a man who appears to be Chad. And one visit, Chad and Lori appear to visit the storage unit together. On October 2nd, Melaniboudreaux says he was shot at with the bullet missing his head by inches. The shooter was driving a Jeep registered to then dead CharlesVallow. On the same day, Lori purchases a wedding ring on Amazon, later wearing the same ring at the Hawaii beach wedding. October 9th, Tammydaybell calls 911, says a masked man shot at her in the driveway with a paintball gun. She posted the incident on Facebook. Court documents later indicate that Alex Cox attempted to shoot and kill her that day. 10 days later, Chad calls 911 saying Tammy died in her sleep. Detectives visit the home and originally ruled the death as natural. Tammy was buried on October 22nd. Within weeks of Tammy's death, on November 5th, Chad and Lori get married in Hawaii. When they return to Rexburg, Chad tells people that Lori has no minor children. And Lori is telling people Tylee died years ago. On November 26th, police conduct a welfare check at the request of grandparents Kay and Larry Woodcock. They haven't spoken to JJ in months. Police don't see JJ at the home. Lori tells them that he is visiting her friend Melaniegibb in Arizona. On November 27th, the next day, police come serve a search warrant. Chad and Lori were gone. On December 1st, Chad and Lori are heading to Hawaii, and the children are not with them. On December 6th, Melaniegibb contacts the police to say that Chad and Lori called her on November 26th and asked her to lie about the location of JJ. December 11th, after an investigation, Tammydaybell's death is determined to be suspicious. Her body is exhumed and an autopsy performed. Results of the autopsy are not released. I'm just checking on y'all, making sure you be good. Yes. No, wait. No. You're talking about the ring he was shot at. Wasn't that Brandon? Let me find out. Yeah, he was shot at. The bullet missed him. But yeah, she bought it that same day. Crazy, isn't it? I'm telling you, stuff is nuts. Okay. Wait, on December 12th, Alex Cox dies under mysterious circumstances in Arizona. His autopsy later reveals he died of a blood clot. Okay, and on December 20th, Rexburg Police Department announces JJ and Tylee are missing. Police believe their disappearance may be linked to the suspicious death of Tammydaybell. The following day, police called Chad and Lori persons of interest. On December 23rd, 2019, the attorney representing the Daybells, Sean Bartholic, releases a statement saying the parents are loving and devoted. Isn't that special? On December 30th, Rexburg Police Department issues, did I just say that? No. Rexburg Police Department issues press release saying they have information indicating that Lori knows either the location of her children or what happened to them. They call the parents' lack of cooperation astonishing, as they refuse to cooperate. On January 3rd, 2020, local investigators and FBI served search warrants on the Daybell home in Salem. Fremont County Sheriff says 43 items were recovered, including computers, cell phones, journals, documents, and medication. They were sent to an FBI lab for further analysis. As investigators continued to look for the kids, Kay and Larry Woodcock traveled to Rexburg from their home in Louisiana. They announced a $20,000 reward for info leading to the recovery of the kids. On January 10th, Chad Daybell's brother Matt pleads with Chad to cooperate with the investigation. Matt says his family had little association with Chad due to concerns about their religious beliefs, religious claims, and the books that Chad authored. Body camera footage is released, which details the moments after Alexcox shot and killed charlesvallow. On January 25th, police served Lori with a notice to appear in Idaho court, where she must produce JJ and Tylee. The next day, on the 26th, two reporters from East Idaho News fly to Hawaii and confront Chad and Lori after the police stop them at the beach resort. Chad and Lori's rental car is seized and searches their rental townhome. On February 12th, Kaywoodcock said that in February 2019, Charles removed Lori from a $1 million life insurance policy. Woodcock was named sole beneficiary. Bet she wasn't liking that too much. On February 20th, Lori was arrested on a $5 million warrant out of Madison County. She is charged with 2 felony counts of desertion and non-support of dependent children. She is also charged with arrests and seizures, resisting or obstructing officers, criminal solicitation to commit a crime, and contempt of court, willful disobedience of court process or order. On February 26th, Lori waives her extradition to Idaho after 6 days behind bars in Hawaii. The waiver comes after multiple attempts to reduce bail fails. Here I put, what happens if you don't waive extradition? Like, what does all of this mean? If you don't waive extradition, if the fugitive refuses to waive extradition, the original state prepares a request to have the fugitive return. If the request is approved by both governors, an extradition hearing will be held, and a court in the state with the fugitive will make a decision to grant or deny extradition. If you waive extradition, if the suspect waives his extradition, then he may be allowed to post bail and return to the state that issued the warrant. If bail is not allowed by the court, then the suspect will wait for law enforcement agents to pick him up and transport him back to the demanding state where the crime allegedly occurred. I thought that was kind of interesting. So it was like she wanted to be able to bail out in Hawaii, but they wouldn't lower the bail. So finally it was fine, just extradite me. On March 5th, Idaho authorities extradite Lori from Hawaii to Rexburg. March 6th, the following day, Lori has her first appearance where her bail is reduced to $1 million. On March 24th, Mark Means files the motion to reduce Vallow's bail again. On April 9th, Attorney General says Chad and Lori are under investigation for conspiracy, attempted murder, and/or murder by the Idaho Attorney General's office. On May 1st, Lori goes to court asking for another reduction in bail again. Means argues the jail recorded a conversation between Lori and Chad, which he says violates their constitutional rights. The judge denies the request, leaving bail at $1 million. On May 8, 2020, the medical examiner releases the autopsy of Alexcox. They say he died of natural causes, specifically blood clots in the lungs. Bombshell. Melaniegibb, a close friend of Lori and Chad's, breaks her silence to eastidahonews.com, reveals explosive new details about their relationship, like Chad and Lori's relationship, and the religious beliefs. And of course, she does many other interviews. On June 9th at 7 a.m., Rexburg Police, FBI, and Fremont County Sheriff's Office serve a search warrant at Chad's home. Investigation uncovers human remains. Days later, officials confirm the remains are those of JJ and Tylee. At 11:30 a.m. on June 9th, Chad is taken into custody. He is booked into the Fremont County Jail on 2 felony charges of concealment, distribution, or alteration of evidence. On June 10th, Chad has his first appearance and he is given $1 million bail. On June 29th, prosecutors filed charges against Lori, including 2 counts of conspiracy to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence. On July 2nd, prosecutors dismissed 2 felony counts of desertion and non-support of children against Lori. And on July 15th, Lori pleads not guilty to misdemeanor resisting or obstructing officers, criminal solicitation to commit a crime, and contempt of court. On August 3rd and 4th, the preliminary hearing for Chad Daybell is held in Fremont County. Friends, investigators, and witnesses testify, and the magistrate judge, Baron Eddins, rules the prosecution has enough probable cause to advance to the district court. On August 10th and 11th, 2020, Lori waives her preliminary hearing. The case automatically goes to district court. I'm not a lawyer, obviously. I'm a lot of things, but not a lawyer. Probable cause, it doesn't take much. Like, probable cause is just if you've got anything that might suggest it's not it's easy to have probable cause. I mean, if they had come with nothing, then that would really be the only way that there wouldn't be. August 21st, Chad appears in district court before Judge Stephen Boyce. He pleads not guilty to the felony charges. On August 27th, Chad's attorney, John Pryor, asks Judge Boyce to dismiss the entire case against his client. On September 1st, the prosecutor, Rob Wood, filed a motion asking to combine the cases of Chad and Lori. He says combining them would be more efficient for those involved since he plans to present the same evidence and witnesses. And on September 10th, Lori is arraigned in district court where she pleads not guilty to the 2 felony counts of conspiracy to commit destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence. On November 5th, 2020, East Idaho News.com obtains an audio of Lori saying she was going to murder her third husband, Josephryan, while speaking at a meeting in October of 2018. On May 24th, 2020, a grand jury indicted Chad and Lori Daybell on several new felonies charges, including first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. On June 8th, Lori was committed to the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare. A psychologist deemed her not fit to stand trial, and the judge agreed that she could not help in her defense. She could be committed for up to 90 days before the judge competency. You'll know what that means. On June 24th, a grand jury in Arizona indicted Lorivallow Daybell for conspiracy to commit murder in the death of her 4th husband, Charlesvallow. On July 29th, prosecutors dropped the destruction, alteration, or concealment of evidence charges against Chad and Lori Daybell. On August 5th, drum roll please, prosecutors announced they will seek the death penalty against Chad Daybell, saying the nature and magnitude of these crimes warrant the possibility of the highest possible punishment.